So it's Lent, which of course began on Ash Wednesday, which was yesterday, and preceded by Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday, or the Feast of the Holy Face of Jesus, which actually seems so much more appropriate, doesn't it? And yet it was removed from the liturgical calendar after the Second Vatican Council. Go figure. So yeah, why not just go ahead and be all gluttonous right before? It always seemed kind of counterintuitive to me. But I suppose it's no different than cleaning out your pantry, eating all that junk food before you go on a diet. So anyway, so welcome to Lent. I just wanted to chat a little bit about some of the traditions and why we do what we do, maybe clear up some misconceptions, maybe enlighten you on some things. So, 40 days of Lent. The song says 40 days of Lent. And I know as a child, I wondered why I was giving up chocolate for 46 days when indeed they said it was only 40 days. I didn't get an answer. And as an adult, I still wondered about that. And I didn't have the magic of the internet around. But one day I did actually find the answer, and that being that you are not to fast on Sundays, because Sunday is always the day that we celebrate the resurrection of our Lord. And so I got ripped off. But funny thing is that as an adult, when I knew that, I still didn't tell my children that. So they still had to fast the entire time. Lent starts on Ash Wednesday. And I'm sure you've seen people with the big black cross on their forehead. And sadly, this year, because of COVID, with that being an intimate contact, instead, here, and I believe all around the world, ashes were sprinkled on the crown of our head, which was interesting. And so back to that song, the 40 days of Lent. 40 is a very significant number in the Bible. I'm sure you know that. There's 40 days that it rains with Noah's Ark. There's 40 days that Jesus fasts, as well as Moses and Elijah. There's 40 days that Goliath taunted the Israelites. The Jews wandered for 40 years in the desert. So 40 is significant. And let's talk about fasting and abstaining. So when do we fast? When do we abstain? Things have really changed at warp speed. I know that we, just a note, and some Catholics still do not eat meat on Fridays. I think it's a good thing. I think that it's always going to keep you mindful of Jesus's sacrifice. So if you can, why not? That little over and above, right? So, but that used to be the given. You didn't eat meat on Friday. But during Lent, we only need to fast and abstain on 2 days, and then we need to abstain on every Friday. So to explain, on Ash Wednesday, you fast and abstain. And so fasting, what is fasting? Well, it's not exactly what you think. Fasting means that you are supposed to have just 2 small meals or 1 full meal. So that's fasting, okay? And that is required on Ash Wednesday and Good Friday. And at the same time on those days, you abstain from meat. And meat is considered warm-blooded animals. So cold-blooded is fish, which is why during Lent you're able to go buy 2 fillet of fish for the price of 1 over at McDonald's. So little bonus there. Some people will say that it's not required, and it's certainly not required, that you give up something for Lent. That maybe what you should do is commit to do something for Lent. And it's an idea. I would say, how about both? So, still, I think sacrifice is a good thing. because we are certainly talking about Jesus's tremendous sacrifice for us. So I still think sacrifice is the way to go. But you can also couple it with doing some sort of spiritual or corporal work of mercy. That's a good thing. So there was a long-standing tradition of veiling statues and images and the crucifix with purple cloth. And that would take place after the fifth Sunday of Lent. And then everything was unveiled just prior to the Easter Vigil Mass. And Easter Vigil Mass takes place in the evening on Holy Saturday, which is the day before Easter Sunday. So why would we veil these statues at a time when you would think that, you know, it would help for you to focus? And but instead it's meant to heighten awareness, to heighten senses, to help you to enter into a deeper spirituality. And you long to see the beauty of those things. So it really does make a wonderful difference when things are all unveiled. In my parish, we have a beautiful oil painting, which is huge, 8 feet tall, and that hangs on the back wall of the altar from yesterday, Ash Wednesday, until Good Friday. We replace it with a beautiful painting that's the same size of the resurrection. It's surprising just how emotional it is when we leave that resurrection painting veiled, and it's the only thing that's left veiled at the Easter Vigil. And one other thing that we give up during Lent is singing the Gloria, which is a beautiful hymn. And so on Holy Saturday at the Easter Vigil, that's the first time that we're able to lift our voices and sing the Gloria. And it is so beautiful to sing that and have the resurrection painting unveiled. It's a truly emotional experience. So in the years where we are blessed to have new members being welcomed into the church, and that takes place at the Easter Vigil. The period leading up to Easter last year was very different because we were watching the Easter Vigil on the television, and every Mass was bittersweet because you appreciated the connection still, but you felt the distance. And so this year, I am so excited that we are able to attend Mass, that we are able to receive the sacraments, and I am so looking forward to Holy Week. And so I hope that you learned something about Lent, maybe cleared something up for you. If only that you realize you can have that chocolate on Sunday and you're not breaking any rules. Obviously, I'm excited about my faith, and I'm most excited to appreciate it in an even deeper way during this Lent. So my wish for you is that this Lenten journey brings you into a deeper relationship with Christ, and that it brings you to a more joyous Easter morning. God bless.